1 Samuel chapter 16, there's the story that you're probably familiar with of Samuel, the prophet, going to Jesse's house to find a king. Do you remember the story? And he knows he's supposed to go to Jesse's house, and he gets to Jesse's house, and Jesse seems to have 7 sons. We know he has an 8th son, but he seems to have 7 sons, and so the prophet marches the sons in front of him, and he sees Eliab, who's the oldest, and the Bible says that he's head and shoulders, he's 6 to 8 inches taller than everyone. He looks kingly, and he gets the oil, and he's about to anoint Eliab king. And the Lord goes, Samuel, don't look as man looks. In other words, Samuel's thinking from EQ and IQ. He's thinking, this guy looks intelligent. He seems like he's got it all happening. He's got charisma. He looks like the people's choice. And God goes, you're thinking from the wrong dimension. Tap into another dimension. Tap into the dimension I gave you. Tap into the dimension that you have a corner on right now. And so he marches the other 6 sons in front of him, and he seems to not have been at the right house. And he says to Jesse, are these all your sons? I'm sure he's thinking, maybe I got this prophetic thing wrong. Maybe it's not Jesse's house. Maybe it's Jackson's house, you know? And it's like, started with the J. I'm pretty sure it was, is there another Jesse, you know? And of course, we know that Jesse says, well, I have one other son. He's out with the sheep. And so he says, well, go get him. And as he calls him, the story is that David was running towards the house, and the Bible describes him as handsome and ruddy. Actually, the connotation in the Hebrew is he doesn't look kingly. And God goes, that's the guy I chose. It's important that we start to train ourselves. So like, how do I tap into this? What are you saying? Like, you know, like, okay, it's nothing's coming, you know, nothing's coming. And first of all, I want to say, we simply, first of all, have to press in to, let me read it to you what I wrote. We have to train ourselves to think tridimensionally. You'll have to press past the temptation to accept the outward and or the obvious as the only solution.